Hello, my name is Alicia, and I'm here to guide you in a short chair yoga practice today. You will need a sturdy chair, preferably on a yoga mat so that it won't slide, or on anything that will keep it from sliding. And you may want to set up near a couch or a bed so that you could lie down for the final relaxation. If not, I'll be talking about how to do final relaxation in the chair. So it'll be about a 30-minute practice today, and you might also want to put on some soothing music to guide the practice, to help you to relax, and I'll also play some music for you at the end. So let's begin. You can start by taking a comfortable seat in your chair, and for the moment we can lean back in the chair, hands can rest in the lap, eyes could close. You might want to notice if it feels like your legs are hanging, then you could put a little something underneath your feet. And if it feels like the chair is not high enough, you could fold a blanket and sit on it. We want the knees to be about in line with the hips, so knees about in line with the hips. But for the moment, we're going to sit back and relax. Hands can rest in the lap, on the legs. And if you like, you could close your eyes. And we'll take a few slow, deep breaths here. Noticing how your body feels in the chair. And if you need to adjust or move at any point, feel free to do so. Take a moment to make a short list of gratitude. So maybe 3 or 4 or 5 things that you feel grateful for in this moment. Notice any areas of tension in the body. Let's see if you can maybe move a little to relax those tensions, or maybe those are tensions that we carry with us on a regular basis, in which case a deeper breath, some compassion for that leg or that hip. We're going to shift a little forward in the chair now so that we could have a taller spine. Feet are flat on the floor. And again, you might see if it feels like you need something underneath your feet to bring the knees up a little bit, or maybe to sit on something to take the knees down a little bit. From here, we're going to take one hand onto the belly. And you could close your eyes or keep them open. Find something to focus on that's across the room. And with that hand on the belly, we're going to let the belly relax. So you might just give a little rub there to relax the muscles of the belly. And then allowing the belly to be soft, we're going to take some deep breaths using the belly into the belly. So as we breathe in, the belly expands, the shoulders stay still and relaxed. And as we breathe out, the belly goes back to where it started. And we'll do that a few times. Breathing in to raise the hand that's on your belly, and breathing out to let that hand just float back to where it started. A few more cycles of this breath at your own pace. At any time, if something I suggest doesn't work for you, including the pace of the breath, please feel free to follow your own intuition and what works best for your body. Notice the rise and fall of the breath. And we'll take one more of this belly breath. And then you can release your hand, and you can think about that belly breath throughout our practice, coming back to it again and again, even throughout the rest of your day. From here, we're going to bring the hands together and give a quick rub, creating some heat, moving some energy. And then we're going to cup the hands over the eyes. So even if you're wearing eyeglasses, just cup over the glasses. You can close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And then letting your hands come down the sides of your face, the sides of your neck. Crossing across, hands come down the outer arms. And then we give the hands a shake, like we're letting all of that energy go. And then we're going to rub the hands together again, get some heat moving, get some energy moving. One hand at the center of the chest, one hand on the belly, eyes can close, and feeling that warmth of your own hands. Perhaps envisioning healing energy coming from your own hands to your own body. And then releasing your hands back to your legs. We're going to move the feet and toes. So you can lift up your toes and spread them apart. Give them a wiggle. You can curl them under as though you were making a fist with your toes. And then wiggle them and spread them out again. With your feet flat on the floor, let an inhale lift your heels up. And an exhale, press your heels down. We're going to do that for several repetitions. Inhaling, heels lift up. Exhaling, heels press down. In the meantime, we're thinking about a tall spine, still lifting and lowering your heels. Sitting tall in the chair. Breathing easy and free, following the breath with the movement. And we're going to lift the heels one more time and then lower them back down. Give an extension to your right leg, rolling your right foot around, letting the ankle get some stretching. Maybe the joint is cracking, and then rolling that foot in the other direction. Today's session will be all in the chair, so makes sense to take the time to set up the chair in the way that will be most comfortable for you. We're going to bring that right foot back to the floor, and then we're going to extend the left leg just so that we can bring the foot off the floor, make some circles with the foot and the ankle, and then rolling in the other direction. And then we'll put that foot back on the floor, sitting up nice and tall into the chair. We're going to lift the right leg. You can hold on underneath the right thigh. You could hold on at the front of the shin. Depending on how this feels, you can lift the leg and bring it in towards the belly. Still sitting nice and tall in the chair. Deep breath. We're going to let this knee go a little out to the side and then back to center, maybe a little across center. Couple of times sliding the leg from side to side. And then putting that leg back on the floor, foot back on the floor, pause a moment, tall spine, deep breath. And then going to your left leg. So lifting the left leg, hands could come underneath the thigh. If you need extra help, you could take a scarf or a belt or a strap of some kind underneath the thigh to help lift it up. Could hold on to the knee, can squeeze that leg into whatever extent works best for your body. Tall spine as you do this, and a deep breath. And if anything hurts You can leave it out. You can do it a little less. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself throughout this session. We're going to slide the leg now side to side, maybe a little even across center. A few breaths here. And then back to center, foot comes to the floor. We'll sit up nice and tall here, hands resting on the legs. Eyes could close again as we take a couple of slow, deep breaths. We're going to start to make some movements with the torso. So we'll lean over to the right, circle forward. Lean over to the left and circle back a little bit. This could be a big circle, a small circle, a medium circle. Finding what works best for your hips and your back. Going in a slow pace. Minding the breath as we go. And then we'll change directions of the circle, taking the torso in the opposite direction. Noticing any different sensations as you move in the opposite direction. And coming back to center. Tall spine, deep breath, feet rearrange and come back to flat on the floor. Rearrange the seat if needed. Now moving the spine, we're going to arch and round the spine. Neither of these needs to be very exaggerated, so letting it be a little gentle, especially as you're getting to know your body after long periods of sitting or long periods of not doing any yoga. So from here, we're going to roll the pelvis forward, lift the heart up, lift the chin slightly. That's the arching of the spine. And then as we exhale, we'll roll the pelvis back, round the spine, let the chin come down. And then inhale, roll the pelvis forward, lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhale, roll the pelvis back, round the spine, bow the head. And continue to move this way. Starting with the movement in the pelvis, letting the rest of the spine follow. And both directions we start with the movement of the pelvis. Slow, mindful movement for a couple more rotations. And then coming back to neutral, coming back to center. You can wiggle anything or shake anything whenever it needs to be moved or shaken. From here, we're going to take the right arm up towards the sky. Left hand comes to the left hip. Get really long through your right side. Inhale. Exhale, leaning to the left. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, right hand to right hip. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, lean to the side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hand to hip. Right side again. Inhale, arm goes up. Exhale, lean to the side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hand to hip. Inhale, left arm goes up. Exhale, leaning to the side. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhaling, hand to hip. One more time each side. Inhaling, right arm goes up. Exhaling, leaning to the left. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, hand to the hip. Left side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean over. Inhale, back to center. Exhaling, hand to hip. And then letting the hands rest on the legs, pausing for a moment. A few breaths here. Close your eyes. Notice any sensation in your spine. Notice any sensation in the hips, maybe the low back. Let's lengthen up again through the spine. So think about sitting nice and tall. We're going to twist to the right. So the right hand comes behind you. It can drape across the back of the chair. It could come to the inside of that chair back. It depends on what kind of chair you have too. But finding somewhere to hold on. So it could just be that you're holding on or draping over the back or holding on to the chair seat. We're going to take the left hand across to the right leg. Long spine here. And then letting yourself twist to the right. It might be a little twist, it might be a medium twist, it might be a big twist. Just notice what your body feels like it wants or needs to do in this moment. A couple of breaths here, and as we breathe in, we might think about lengthening the spine. And as we breathe out, we might think about drawing the belly in. That might facilitate a little more twist. Not necessary to go any deeper. Another few breaths. And then we'll slowly come back to center. Pause a moment here, wiggle or shake. And then we'll twist to the other side. So starting with a tall spine, turn the body, could drape the left arm over the chair, you could slip it in to hold on to the chair seat. There's lots of different ways. Right arm comes across to the left leg and we get that tall spine. We slowly twist the torso. Could look to the side if that works for the neck, could keep the neck in neutral. And again, focusing on the breath, thinking about the lengthening that we could have as we inhale. And maybe just the belly comes in and that's all that happens. Maybe the twist deepens a little as we take a few breaths. Allowing your body to communicate with you and listening to that communication. So if the body says yes, then you might go deeper. If the body says no, you can stay where you are or come a little bit out of the pose. Coming back to center, pausing for a moment here, lengthening up through your spine, taking a deep breath. And then sliding your forearms forward to rest forward onto the thighs. A couple of breaths here. You can lengthen the back of your neck by looking down towards the floor. Your neck might feel better if you look slightly forward. So finding a comfortable place to keep your head. A few breaths here. I'm thinking about lengthening the spine even as we folded forward. And if you'd like to take this a little deeper, the arms can come down to the insides of the legs, or they could hang along the outsides of the legs as you lean your torso a little closer towards your thighs. Again, if the body says no, you can come back up to place the forearms on the thighs. If the body says yes, you can let the torso hang a little bit here. You could let your head hang. You could take a yes and a no and a side to side movement with the head. You could open and close your mouth. Stretch the jaw. Make some funny faces. Stretch the face. And we'll take another couple of breaths here. Again, if it's getting to be too much, the forearms can come back to the thighs, and if that isn't working either, feel free to come out of any of the poses early. Another breath here. Forearms come back onto your thighs if they're not there already. We'll take a breath here. And then pressing your hands into your thighs, use that to help you to slowly come up. We're sitting up nice and tall. Now we're going to take the arms out to the sides, reach up. And then arms come back down, exhaling. We can inhale as we sweep the arms out and up. And exhale as the arms come back down. A couple more repetitions of this at the pace of your breath, or maybe you take 2 breaths on the way up and 2 breaths on the way down. And one more time, taking your arms out to the sides and up. And exhaling to bring the arms back down. Let the hands slide onto the thighs and pause a moment here. You could close your eyes. Getting a little more into the shoulders now. We'll take the shoulders forward and then up, back, and down. Making these big, slow circles. You can breathe in as the shoulders come forward and up. Breathe out as the shoulders go down and back. Or you could let your breath be a natural breath. That's a great idea too. Few more circles, and for today we're just going to circle the shoulders back. When we circle the shoulders forward, we get a little more rounded, and maybe we don't need that right now. So for today, just circling the shoulders back. One more time, shoulders coming up and rolling back, and then letting them settle into a neutral place. From here, leaning your right ear over toward your right shoulder. Couple of breaths here. If you wanted a little extra stretch, your left arm reaches fingertips down towards the floor. Could be closing your eyes here, thinking about a long spine, except for the spine of the neck, because we're leaning that over to the side. Turning your head now to look down toward your right elbow. A few breaths here. Turning your head back to center and lifting it back up. And the left hand comes back to where it originally was. And then we'll lean the left ear over toward the left shoulder. Right arm can hang at your side or reach fingertips down, but if you don't need that extra stretch there, right hand stays on the thigh. A few breaths here, still thinking about a tall spine, except for the part where we're leaning the head over to the side. You could close your eyes, focus again on the slow, steady breath. And turning the head now to look down toward your left elbow, and taking a few breaths here. Head rotates back to center and then lifts back up. Hands rest on the thighs. We'll take the shoulders up towards the ears and then slowly slide them back down. A few times just like that. Shoulders sliding up and coming down. You might inhale as you slide your shoulders up and exhale as you slide them down. One more time, lifting up and lowering. We'll pause here for a moment. You can reset the seat. We're still sitting a little forward on the seat, but at any time you could lean back, slide yourself back, take a rest. You can close the eyes now and think about a seated mountain pose. So in there's standing mountain pose where we'd be standing nice and tall. We could have seated mountain pose where we're sitting nice and tall and thinking about a slow, steady breath, thinking about stability in the body, stability in the mind, as best as we're able to manage. We're going to combine some of the movements that we've already done, and then it'll be about time to have a little relaxation. So we'll take the arms out to the sides and up. That could be an inhalation. Exhaling, arms come down and we slide forward, either stopping with forearms on thighs or continuing on to let the arms come down to the legs. Still breathing, easy and free. We're going to slowly come back upright, and we'll lift the right leg. Give a hug to the right leg, holding on under the thigh or in front of the kneecap. Long spine, deep breath. Roll your right foot in one direction and then in the other direction. We're going to set that foot back down. Arms go out to the sides and up. You could breathe in here. And then we could exhale and slide forward again. Forearms could stop on the thighs or the arms could continue forward. Take a deep breath here. And then we come back up. And now we're going to lift the left leg. So holding on to wherever it works best. Keep a tall spine. Roll your left foot in one direction. And then roll your left foot in the other direction. And set that foot down on the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sliding forward, forearms to thighs or farther forward. Take a breath. Coming back upright. We're going to lift the spine and arch it. So roll the pelvis forward, lift the chest, lift the chin. And then roll the pelvis back, round the spine, tuck the chin. And then come back to center and pause. We'll do that whole sequence another time or two. But we'll pause in between each one just to reset the seat or give a little wiggle. Again, arms go out to the sides. That could be an inhale. Exhale, arms slide forward. Forearms can stop at thighs or continue going, leaning yourself forward. Take a breath here. Slowly coming back upright, and we'll bring the right leg in. Roll the right foot in one direction and roll the right foot in the other direction. Right foot comes back down. Arms go up. Inhale. Exhale, arms come down and we slide forward, stopping at the thighs or continuing on. Taking a breath here. And coming back up, lifting the left leg. Tall spine here, rolling the left foot in one direction. And then rolling your left foot in the other direction. Leg comes back down, arms go back up, inhaling. Exhaling, sliding forward to whatever extent your body will allow. Taking a breath wherever you land. And coming back up, hands on the thighs, lift the spine, roll the pelvis forward, lift the heart, lift the chin, and then round. Tuck the pelvis, round the back, chin comes down. And then we come back up to center and pause. That whole sequence one more time. Inhaling, arms out to the sides and up. Exhaling, sliding forward, forearms to thighs or farther forward. Taking a breath. Coming back up to center. Right leg comes in. Roll the right foot in one direction. And then roll your right foot in the other direction. Leg comes back down. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, coming forward to whatever extent you allow. Taking a breath. Coming back up. Left leg lifts. Hold it up, help it up. Roll the left foot in one direction. And then the other direction. Left leg back down. Arms go up. Inhale. Exhale, sliding forward to the extent that works best for you. Taking a breath there. And coming back up, letting the spine arch. Pelvis rolls forward, chest lifts, chin lifts. Pelvis rolls back, spine rounds, head bows. And then coming back to neutral and pausing for a few breaths. You could close your eyes, you could slide back into the chair and lean back on the chair back. Notice any movement of breath, any movement of energy. Take another breath or two here. From here, we'll make ourselves comfortable for a final relaxation. If you are near a couch or a bed and you want to lie down, that would work well. If you are able to get up and down from the floor easily, you might lie down on the floor. In any of those situations, you would want a blanket under your head, maybe a blanket rolled underneath the backs of your legs, or a pillow under your head. And if you're going to stay in the chair, you might have some pillows to prop up the feet. You might be able to just extend your legs and lean back a little bit. Whatever works best for you. So finding a comfortable place to relax. You could also move to the reclining chair if that were nice and soft and comfy. That's a good choice as well. And so making yourself comfortable, taking your time to make your nest, set up your space, be sure that you'll be covered and warm and supported. So whatever that means in terms of blankets and pillows, extra clothing, anything like that, please set that up for yourself. I'm going to talk through some relaxation methods, and then you'll hear some music, some sounds, some chanting, and then I'll bring you back from your relaxation. If you have extra time and you want to just spend more time relaxing, you can stay in your relaxed place as I bring us out and end our session. So feel free to just stay where you are relaxing for as long as you like. Take a wiggle of your whole body. So wiggle your toes, wiggle your feet. Give a big breath in and a long breath out. And then see if you can arrange your body in the most comfortable way. That could mean a lot of different choices. So if you're more comfortable lying on your side, you could certainly lie on your side. If you're still in your chair, make sure that you have some support behind you. You have some place to rest the feet, things like that. Allowing the body to be still but not stuck. And so anytime you need to wiggle, you can wiggle. And bringing your awareness to your feet and toes. Maybe wiggle the toes and then let your feet and toes relax. Bring some awareness to your lower legs, letting the lower legs relax. Take notice of your upper legs, letting the muscles soften, upper legs, lower legs, feet and toes, We're all relaxing. Anytime any body part needs to reposition, allow it to reposition. Awareness to the hips and pelvis and belly, letting your hips and pelvis and belly rest into the support that's underneath you. Relaxing your upper legs, your lower legs, your feet and your toes. Notice the movement of breath in your rib cage. Allowing the breath to rise and fall easily in your rib cage. Softening across the center of your chest, softening your shoulders. Letting go of your arms, letting go of your hands and fingers. Relaxing through the torso, muscles of your spine. Relaxing your hips and pelvis and belly. Softening your legs. Letting go of your feet and your toes. Notice your neck and throat. You might swallow and swish your tongue, letting your neck and throat relax. Relax the muscles of your face and jaw. Imagine that you could relax your scalp and hair. Now your whole body is invited to relax from head to toe. Whole body is softening into the support underneath you. Whole body resting. Whole body letting go. Breath rising, falling without effort. Body softening and relaxing. Mind also invited to relax and let go. If you have extra time to rest, please feel free to stay right where you are. If it's time for you to come up and move on to the rest of the day, take a deeper breath. You can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and take a stretch and a yawn and a sigh. And taking your time to come back up, comfortable seat of your choice. You could sit up on the couch, sit up on the bed if that's where you are. You could also enjoy this final piece from right where you are. And so we'll take a long, slow breath in and a long, slow breath out. Hands could stay on your lap or hands could come to heart center. I'm going to chant Om Shanti 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 Hi, meaning Om, peace, peace, peace. And I'll chant it 3 times, and if you want to join in at any point, please do. First we'll take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Breathing in for Om Shanti 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 Hi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Wishing peace for ourselves, wishing peace for each other, and wishing peace for all beings. Thank you for joining me in this chair yoga today. I hope to see you again soon. I offer these by donation, so if you're able to donate, please get in touch. I'll have some things posted about how you can do that. And if not, no problem. And if you have any requests, you can also let me know about those. Have a lovely day.